de novo,
no, de novo is not
tabula
possible.
rasa.
But we have to begin de novo because the life demands it. Because we have lived in this way, accepting war, hatred, brutality, competition, and anxiety, guilt, all that we have accepted that. We live that way. And I am saying, to bring about a different quality, a different way of living, the past must disappear.
We must be open to the new.
Therefore,
Absolutely.
the past must have no meaning.
That I can't go along with.
That is what the whole world is objective. The established order says, I can't let go for the new to be. And the young people all throughout the world say, let's revolt against the old. But they don't understand the whole complications of it. Because they say, but what have you given us? Except examinations, job, and the repetition of the old pattern. War and favorite wars, wars.
Well, you're pointing out, it seems to me, the importance of not being slaves to the past. And that's so true, and I don't want to in any way...
Past being the tradition, past being the pattern of morality, yes, which is the social morality, which is not moral.
But at the same time, there's only one generation, namely ourselves, that separates the future generation from the caveman. And
yes,
what
I agree.
Were to be totally rescinded, then we would start right back.
No. To break through the past demands great deal of intelligence, a great deal of sensitivity to the past.
Yeah,
you can't just break away from it.
Okay, I'm content. That's right.
All right. So, the problem really, sir, is, can we live a different way?
Here. Right.
A different way in which there are no wars, no hatreds, in which man loves man, without competition, without division. We say you are a Christian, you are a Catholic, you are a Protestant, you are this. That's also immature. There's no meaning.
Well,
it's an intellectual, sophisticated division. And that's not a religious mind at all. That's not religion. A religious mind is a mind that has no hatred, that lives completely without fear, without anxiety, in which there is not a particle of antagonism. Therefore, that a mind that loves, that's a different dimension of living altogether. And nobody wants that.
And in another sense, everybody wants that.
But they won't go after it.
They won't go after
it? No, of course not. They're distracted by so many other things. They're so heavily conditioned by their past, they hold on to it.
Well, I think there's some who will go after
it. There are very few.
The numbers doesn't
the minority,
matter. How many?
So the minority is always the most important thing.
Krishnamurti, as I listen to you and try to listen through the words to what you're saying, it seems to me that what I hear is first that I should work out, and each of us should work out his own salvation, not leaning on authorities outside. Second, not to allow words to form a film between us and actual experience, not to mistake the menu for the meal. And third, not to let the past swallow up the present, take possession through responding to it through conditionings from the past, but rather to be always open to the new, the novel, the fresh. And finally, it seems to me you're saying something like the key to doing this is a radical reversal in our point of view. It's as though we were prisoners straining at the bars for the light and looking for the glimpse of light we see out there and wondering how we could get out towards it, while actually the door of the cell is open behind us. If only we would turn around, we could walk out into freedom. This is what it sounds to me like you're saying. Is this?
Little bit, sir, little bit.
All right. What else? What other than that? Or if you want to amplify.
So, surely, sir, in this is involved the everlasting struggle, conflict. Man caught in his own conditioning,
Yes.
and straining, struggling, beating his head to be free.
Yes.
So, and again, we have accepted, with the help of religions and all the rest of the group, that effort is necessary. That's part of life. To me, that is the highest form of blindness, of limiting man to say you must everlastingly live in effort.
And you think we don't have to?
Not I think, it is, so it's not a question of thought. Thought is the most...
All right. Let's delete those two words and just say we don't have to.
But to live without effort requires the greatest sensitivity and the highest form of intelligence. You don't just say, well, I won't struggle and become like a cow.
Right.
But one has to understand how conflict arises, the duality in us,
Yes.
the fact of what is and what should be. That is the conflict. If there is no what should be, which is ideological, which is non-real, which is fictional, and see what is, and face it, live with it, without the what is, what should be, then there is no conflict at all. It's only when you compare, evaluate with what should be, and then look with what should be with the what is, then conflict arises.
There should be no tension between the ideal and the actual.
No ideal at all. Why should we have an